Hello guys, welcome back to some Modern Man MTG here, and today we got something new, something special, and we're going to be playing some Pauper today. I just got moved into college, back into college for my last semester of my senior year, so if you guys hear any noises in the background, my audio is a little off, a little different than it normally is, that's probably why. I figured I'd change it up a little bit, playing a little Pauper on the channel. This is a mulligan, we really don't have any blue mana. This is an older list. I put it together probably a year ago. I don't play Pauper a whole lot. It's just a little stale for me. A little, I don't know. I feel like it's stale. A lot of the decks are trying to do the same thing. A lot of people have different opinions. I think the format's fun, and just nothing really excites me in it. We'll go ahead and keep this hand. Oh, crap. Well, this hand's pretty good as well. I'll go ahead and keep it. Put that card on top of my library. And let's see how it goes. Tell me if you guys like seeing Pauper on the channel. If you guys like to see it, I might be interested in making some different decks and things like that. So the purpose of I'm playing Grixis Tron, and the purpose of this deck is to like Rolling Thunder my opponent out of the game. Really, opponent plays a Swiftwater Cliffs as well. I would try to tell you what my opponent is playing, but I don't have any idea what my opponent could be playing, unfortunately. So my commentary of this match might be a little off, or not as up to par as usual, if there is a par for my standards. I'm a pretty mediocre commentator in my opinion. I'm trying to get better and better every day, though, as I tell you guys every day. Opponent's in the think tank, thinking, oh, draw a Prophetic Prism. I know that was there, so I'm debating playing a Prism. Yeah, I think I'm going to play Prism. Then Prohibit up next turn. Prohibit. No, Prohibit. My English is bad sometimes. Prophetic Prism trigger, draw a card, draw another land. You can also win with this deck by attacking with Mole Drifters and whatnot. I'll go ahead and get you guys a deck tech at the end of the video. From my experience, Pauper matches are a little bit longer in length, so I probably won't do Pauper videos as much as I do modern videos. Opponent plays another Swiftwater Cliffs. Pays a blue. Oh, maybe my opponent forgot their Swiftwater Cliffs was still on the stack. Seems like play a Preordain. Let me know down below how your guys' holidays went, your Christmas. What'd you guys get for Christmas? What'd you guys do for New Year's? My birthday was yesterday, so I haven't actually made videos since like Thursday, I think it was the last day. There's been a lot of big changes in the modern format. A lot of prices rising and falling. So I think it'll be interesting these next couple of weeks. Draw a counterspell. That's also a very good draw. Since I have Prophetic Prism. I'm going to play Dismal Backwater. Pass the turn. Gain a life from Dismal Backwater. Go up to 22. Opponent plays an island. Opponent taps the Swiftwater Cliffs. There are other Swiftwater Cliffs. Nivix Cyclops, huh? Probably going to go ahead and counterspell that. What's that? Resolve. They could have dazed me, I think. Maybe Daze is banned in Pauper. I can't exactly remember. Might be in. No, it's definitely a common, but it might be banned. I apologize about my not knowing much of what happens in Pauper. So here I think we're going to go ahead and play Seagate Oracle now that we know what the opponent's playing. Looking for some more removal spells. There's a lot in this deck. It's one of the perks of playing like a Grixis shell. Compulsive Research or Unknown Shores. Probably take Compulsive Research here. Wait, is it Guildgate past turn? If you guys have noticed, this deck's an older list. If you guys pay attention to Pauper off a lot. Like I said, I haven't really updated it since I built it. I was going to build the Is It Drake version. Then my friend informed me that it was banned. So my friend saved me about $10, luckily. Got that going for me. I'm going to place another island. Passes turn. Draw another Dismal Backwater. Trying to decide if I want to Compulsive Research here or play my land and have Prohibit up with Compulsive Research. I think it's just better to Compulsive Research here. Even if my opponent does have the counterspell. Which they do not. I'm going to discard a land, probably the form of Siftwater Cliffs, just because we have double red already and double blue, or triple blue. So let's go ahead and play the Urza's Mon and keep Prohibit up and pass turn. Attack for 1, actually, before I pass turn. Flame Slash is good against this deck because it hits Nivik Cyclops. It also hits Kiln Fiend, which is the other creature that does similar things to this. Passes the turn, it seems. Draw an Expedition map. So we'll go to combat first. Should always attack first, just to see if your opponent plays a removal spell and taps out their counterspell mana. In any format, really, not just Pauper. When it takes 1, falls to 20. Like Dismal Backwater, gain another life. Cast Map. Pass the turn. The reason we didn't fetch up a Tron piece here, because I don't really need Tron. You guys have watched my mono blue Tron videos. It's the same reason this deck doesn't need Tron on turn 3, or really even a function. It's realistically a control deck. We're going to go ahead and prohibit our opponent's Nivik Cyclops here. And the reason you don't need Tron is because you're not really actively needing it. You're not playing like 8, 7, 8 drops. You're really just a control deck that wants all that extra mana late game, just so you can out mana your opponents. Opponent seems to have an unfortunate hand. I don't know how I feel about this deck. The Killing Fiend deck, it's alright. Don't get me wrong, it just doesn't really have any protection, it seems. Or for what I've seen so far. Here we're going to crack our map. Tap both of our backwaters. Go get an Urza's Tower. Play Urza's Tower. Cast Mnemonic Wall. Choose to get Compulsive Research back because we already have a removal spell in our hand for their creatures if they play any. So I just want to really card advantage my opponent here. So blue, colorless floating. I'm going to discard a land. Discard Power Plant just because the art doesn't match. It doesn't really matter which one you discard. Pass the attack for 1. Should have done that once again. All that after I declared an attack. Now we have 2 removal spells, quote-unquote removal spells to protect us against our opponent's combo. And Echoing Truth and Flame Slash. opponent's going to play another Nivik Cyclops, the third one. That's fine. I don't think I actually care about that. I wonder if they got like an Apostle's Blessing in their hand or something similar, like a Nivik skin. I think that's the name of the old Return to Ravnica card with what is that ability? Overload. Overload was the ability I was thinking of. So here we're going to lead on Flame Slash on their Cyclops, just because it gets us an extra damage in with our Seagate Oracle. See what the opponent does about this. Tap a red. They're going to bolt my face and give their... So their guy's going to be a 4/4. Alright, so my Flame Slash still kills it, I think. Right? Okay, the opponent must not have realized that. I think there's a card that like flips its power and toughness when you cast it into a sorcery. I'm not 100% sure. Opponent takes 1. Falls to 18. All of my damage has been dealt. Well, apparently I accidentally have 6. That's awkward. Now it looks like we're just representing counterspell, which is good. It's not bad by any means. Opponent cast a Kiln Fiend. It's fine. During their end step, I'm probably going to Echoing Truth it. Just for the reason, if I Echoing Truth it when they're in combat, their protection spells may actually pump it. Huh. My buttons are actually messed up. That's what's wrong. My buttons somehow got messed up. My auto yield, whatever it is F6 now, apparently. Well, we'll lead with Echoing Truth on Kiln Fiend. Float 2 colorless because we're going to play the Prophetic Prism anyways. Play the Prophetic Prism. Comes to play, I get to draw a card. Draw the Condescend, which is good for the Kiln Fiend. So now I can just leave some extra mana up, and I was thinking about Mnemonic falling back like a counter spell or something. But now that I drew a Condescend, and I can play the Urza's of mine, I have enough to counter their Kiln Fiend. Pulse from Rasa, return target creature or land from your graveyard to its owner's hand. You gain 6 life. That's not really that important right now, so I think I'll just take another Prophetic Prism. Just another cycle spell, really. Play Urza's Mine and attack for 1. Opponent falls to 17. So now I'm going to Condescend their Kiln Fiend. Must I pay 4? My opponent scoops it up. We're going to go to game 2 here. And let's see what we got in the sideboard for the Nivik Cyclops Kiln Fiend deck. So right off the bat, I'm seeing Chainer's Edicts. A Chainer's Edict. I already have 2 in the main deck. I'm looking like Flame Slash as well. Some cards of consideration are like Dispel to counter their pump spells, but they still get the pumps off their abilities. So that's a little less exciting and like negate, same thing. So I think I'm really going to bring in the Chainer's Edict and the Flame Slash. Probably take out. Condescend. And on the draw, Essence Scatter seems a lot worse. So maybe it's Essence Scatter. No, let's take Capsize out. I think I can beat my opponent late game without Capsize, hopefully. Opponent must have a pretty hefty sideboard option for me. Probably anything that targets lands, like blow up my Tron lands and things like that. One thing I want you guys to do, though, is if you guys are steady watchers, go ahead and comment down below any deck list you guys would appreciate or like to see me playing, and I'll play it if I have the cards for it. Currently, I have a folder on my computer full of decks I want to play, and when I feel like building a new deck, I'll go into there and pick one out. It probably won't be anything like Jund or Infect because I don't have the budget for that currently. So here we have a map. We have 2 removal spells, and I can map out the black source. I'll keep it, just because we have a map. Normally you want a map for your Tron lands, but sometimes the Chainer's Edicts are just too good against your opponent. Opponent plays an island. Cast a Ponder on turn 1. That seems pretty good. Ponder's a really good card. I played when it was in Standard both times, and it was very good both times. Yeah, there's not really much you can say about this card. It's very overpowered. Being able to look at the top 3 and it's even better with fetch lands. That's why it's not legal in Modern. Just too easy of card selection. But I think we can all appreciate how good of an art that is from Dan Scott. Draw a Prophetic Prism. So actually what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Guildgate tap past turn. And hopefully be able to play the Prophetic Prism next turn. I'm going to play some Mountain. Cast their Killing Fiend. Okay. It's not good for us. Unless I draw like a Flame Slash or something here. Draw an Urza's Power Plant. That's fine. So we're going to play Prophetic Prism. Draw a card. Draw a Siftwater Cliffs, another land. It's not too bad. If you guys have like even if you guys have like a standard deck that you want to see me play and it's just cheap, standard decks are even going to have to be cheaper than any of the other decks just because I don't see myself investing in the standard too much, and I really don't want to put too much money into it. I'm not going to play a lot of it. Just let me submit the link or comment the link down below and let me know. I'm just casting Ponder again. Their Killing Fiend is now a 4/2. If they have the Teamer Battle Rage, but I think that card's an uncommon. I'm not 100% sure. It's going to hurt a lot. When it's casting the Gataxian Probe, it's fine. We're going to see that they're losing a Killing Fiend next turn, hopefully, if it works out well for us. Killing Fiend's now a 7/2, so if I can't even think of the name of the card I just said earlier. Gives a double strike, and if Ferocious gives a trample. Teamer Battle Rage. That's what it is. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes, you know, every one of us have the problem where you... And it is a common, as it turns out. So we're going to go ahead and go to game 2 here. Or game 3, rather. And hopefully we get a better hand. I think against the Kiln Fiend deck, it really does matter if it's a draw play option. So I'm looking at the spells once again. That's probably better than a Condescend. Or Negate's probably better than a Condescend. Then, like, Nameless Inversion. Spell. The thing about Nameless Inversion, it doesn't hit the Cyclops. So I don't think I want it. And if they have a pump spell in response to their Kiln Fiend, it actually pumps their Kiln Fiend for them. So we'll just try it like this. See how this works for us. See if we get a better hand. I would like to play first. This hand is not better, so I'm going to mulligan. I have 2/3 of Tron, a Prism. This hand's probably keepable, just because we have a Prism. I'll keep. Seagate Oracle. Is that card keepable? Yeah, it's got a big butt, so if he Teamer Battle Rages it, I can block it, and it blocks well. And it could potentially find me a removal spell. Put in place Mountain. Passes the turn. Okay. That's good for us that they're not leading on Blue Source Island or not Island. Ponder or Preordained. So we're going to play Urza's Mine. Cast Prophetic Prism. Draw our card. Drew the Flame Slash, which is good for us. Now we just need to really draw another colored source. Hopefully the opponent doesn't have a Kiln Fiend here. But likely if they don't have blue source, they have just a lot of creatures in their hand. I thought. Hopefully draw like a Siftwater Cliffs or an Is It Guildgate. That would be good. Or a Dismal Backwater even would be fine. Drew another Prophetic Prism. That's actually fine too. So we'll go ahead and cast it here. We're going to draw a card. I'm going to draw a card. They're not going to draw a card. That would make Prophetic Prism immensely awful. Maybe if it was like 2 mana, tap for any color, your opponent draws a card when it enters the battlefield, that'd be playable. Maybe. Card seems pretty... That'd be hard. That would be very hard. So we did draw the Is It Guildgate, but unfortunately we have to Urza's Mine to be able to kill their Kiln Fiend here. So we're going to Flame Slash their Kiln Fiend. The Kiln Fiend dies. Good for us. So we're not looking at being dead next turn. Does the opponent have a blue land? That's the question. They do not even have a 3rd land. That is bad for the opponent because I just drew a Power Plant. Huh. So yeah, we'll play Power Plant. Tap Prophetic Prism for a blue. Cast Seagate Oracle. Here we're probably looking for like another removal spell. Another removal spell or like a draw spell. Mnemonic Wall's fine. It's probably better than Urza's Tower. Go ahead and pass the turn here. My opponent seems to be an alcoholic. No offense to my opponent. Their screen name is a 5th of Jack. Okay, okay. So I got to play their Kiln Fiend, which is fine. I don't know how many of my viewers know what Jack is. It's Jack Daniels. It's an alcoholic beverage. I do not condone drinking an alcoholic beverage unless you're of 21 years of age. But if you're going to do it, be responsible, please. So I think we're going to Mnemonic Wall or Flame Slashback. And play an Is It Guildgate. I could have tapped that differently to be more mana efficient. Probably should have, but I don't think it actually matters since I don't have colored mana. Flame Slash the Kiln Fiend. Play the Guildgate. Go to combat. Attack for 1 with the Seagate Oracle. One falls to 19. Opponent untaps. Did they find their blue source? They do not. It does not seem like they found their blue source, unfortunately, for the opponent. I think we would be in a little bit of trouble if they found their blue source. But they found another Kiln Fiend. Okay. I guess that's fine. They sit Water Cliffs, gain a life. Really trying to find a removal spell here because all we have is things to stop our opponent from doing things. Thankfully, my opponent doesn't have blue, though. Gain a life from Sifted Water Cliffs. Go up to 21. I pass turn. There's no real reason to attack. My opponent has a Kiln Fiend to block, which is a 1/2. So here we have Counterspell and Negate up. Are they casting their 4th Kiln Fiend? They are. Okay, no big deal. Probably counterspelling this Kiln Fiend, to be honest. I don't think it's something I want to be dealing with. Second Kiln Fiend, rather. That is. They've seen all 4 of their Kiln Fiends. Okay. So if we find any removal spell here, it's probably okay for us. Just because I don't think they're going to have any more threats. Is the opponent going to go to combat? Probably just going to block it with a Mnemonic Wall. Just because I don't know of any 0 mana spells that are free. I drew a Prohibit. It's alright. It's not great by any means. Which gives us another counterspell, really. Really looking to draw like a Mold Drifter or Compulsive Research, anything like that. I guess if this negate was a Capsize, it would be very good. Maybe I should have kept the Capsize in. Opponent Titan Strength, the Kiln Fiend. Probably going to counter that, so he doesn't get the, so they don't get the Scry. Probably going to block my Mnemonic Wall as well. Just so if I draw like a card like Pulse of Marasa, it gives it a little bit of value. Value? Yeah, value. Opponent chooses not to attack for some reason. Interesting, a choice by the opponent. 4/2 apparently is not big enough for the opponent. Opponent passes. It's fine. Draw a Muldrifter. Now we got some gas, hopefully. Blue, 2/2. I did not mean to evoke that. Well, we haven't evoked Muldrifter. I don't remember clicking on evoke. Huh. Interesting. Might be my new mouse I just got. I got a new mouse. I might not be used to it yet. Should have probably played a few test games with it just to get used to it. I did draw the pulse and a land. So now we can pulse back the Muldrifter. That's something we're interested in, is the question. I think it is. So we'll go 4 mana, cycle 1 into a green. Go ahead and pulse back the Muldrifter. Cast Muldrifter. 3. Draw 2 cards from Muldrifter. So it turns out that was an alright play. I drew into the Pulse, which is good for us. Here we're probably going to play... or is this Power? Just go ahead and pass turn. Just keep our Prohibit up. Prohibit. I have no idea why it's so hard for me to say that. Prohibit. And my opponent just scooped it up, actually. They must have been feeling the pain from not having a blue mana. Once again, guys, as always, if you liked the video, remember to leave a like and comment down below any suggestions you have. I know I made a few errors in this game. I got a new mouse, and I haven't played Pauper in a while. I know I'm just making excuses. But let me know, once again, down below any decks you want me to play, any ideas you have, anything like that. And remember, subscribe to the channel, guys. I want to keep getting better and better as we keep going. I hope you guys have a good night. See you guys later. Bye-bye.